Well, howdy folks. What's everybody doing today? Hope everybody's having a good day. Sorry I'm kicking the tripod. As you can see in the back of my truck there, I've got a, I don't know if you can make it out. It's a 12-inch Kobalt miter saw. My other saw was kind of long in the tooth. Still worked, but I was missing a tie-down clamp on it, and anyway, I was missing a tie-down clamp, and I just wanted an upgrade. And I was at Lowe's the other day, and online this thing is still showing, I don't know, like $369. And I was looking for something else, and I went down the row, and I noticed this was 200 and I don't know, I want to say 259. Let's see here. No, $266. So, and the 10-inch was only like $10 cheaper. So I went ahead and got this. It is a dual bevel sliding compound miter saw. My other one, like I said, I mean it worked okay. The sliding action was getting to be a little difficult, so before I should have set that thing on the ground, which I will do now. But so anyway, I mean it's still good. I may gift it to my daughter. See if she wants it, or I'll just put it on. If not, I'll put it on Facebook Marketplace for about 50 bucks. And sell it. And yeah, you've probably seen when I was taking it off the truck, I'm not going to do a review on it, but I got me a Bauer wet and dry vac, because a little shop vac one I got was, I had rigged it up to put it on the planer, and the opening was just too small, and it kept getting clogged up. So the thing annoyed me forever, because no shit, every time you go to lift it up, the top pops off of it. And it always pops off of it because I used it to clean out the chaff collector on the roaster. And it always likes to pop off when the chaff collector's full, so when you go to lift it up, then you have chaff all over the freaking floor. So I was like, you know what, I'm just getting me another one. And the Bauer has a 2-inch opening. I'm sure you'll see it in some other videos. I actually had got one for the place down in Florida, which it's down in Florida and does me no good up here. So I bought a new one. And I had bought an adapter for the planer to go from 2-inch to squish it down to fit the shop vac. Well, I just took the other end of that and cut that off, and the shop vac the new Bauer one will sit into the planer just fine. Alright, so this does have a handle. This thing is, I wouldn't say light. Of course it's stuck in the box. But yeah, so I need to turn it around. You will see in an upcoming video, I did not video this table that I'm in the process of making. I am waiting for a couple more pieces to show up. Well, that is wall to wall on my bench that I just made, which is fine. So as long as I can get some screw holes down to it, which I will be able to. I'll leave it sitting parked kind of just like that. I got a tremendous amount of glare on this screen. I have got it a complete and utter mess in this garage. So, all right, where do we begin? I guess we ought to look at the specs on this thing. It does have a tool-free adjustable laser guide, compact dual slide rail system. It does come with a 40-tooth blade. I think it's a 40-tooth. Yeah, 40-tooth blade. It's 15 amps, 4,200 RPMs. The one thing I do, and it's a 12-inch. Yeah, I stated that previously. What I like about that is it will allow me to, instead of getting onto the table saw over here, if I have, like a 1x8 or a 1x10, I'll be able to rip it straight across, instead of having to get out the skill saw or put it up on the table saw. So that is a handy feature, and it does all the bevels and miters. It'll miter up to 55 degrees on the left side, 60 degrees on the right side. I'll show you here in a sec. Once we kind of get stuff squared away. But yeah, anyway, back to these this workbench. I know you can see it now, like right here. I've got two wing tables. I'm just waiting for the brackets from Amazon to show up, and it will flip up, and then I'm going to put a fence on it that runs parallel to this thing, so I can rip longer boards and tie them down. So I've already got a power strip in the back. I got a drawer, put a little drawer in it down here. So, and then I'm gonna have another table sitting on the back, which will be for the jointer, and it will too collapse. So, but I'll talk about that in an upcoming video. So, but like I said, I didn't record building it. I thought about it, but I was just kind of winging it as I went. So I didn't want to, Actually, no, I really didn't make any screw-ups. The only thing I noticed is my table, and I did level and measure and square it, and this table was a little bit off. I think one of these boards must have been twisted, and I didn't catch it when I was cutting all the 2x4s for it. So, no big deal. I shimmed under one of the wheels, which I got to still flip it back over and put my other wheel on it. Okay, so let's see here. Where is that is the slider mechanism, depth gauge, which I'll show you guys this stuff here in a sec. I'm trying to figure out without looking for an instruction manual too. I don't see one. Well, maybe it's stuff inside here. Okay, so we need to release the blade mechanism so I can pop it up. That's it. And there is no knob on that, so blade there, that is very sharp. And I mean, unless I'm missing something, unless it's underneath it. Did I just set it somewhere? I am terrific at that. No, there's the bag. That's the dust bag. That's the one clamp that it comes with. Unless it's... Ah, there it is. It's taped. That was slick. Taped right inside the box. Instruction manual. Okay, so let's see here. Actually, no, I do have this thing the wrong way. Pardon me. Let's put this back down. We'll flip this table around. There, that's better. That way I can scooch it back a little bit more. Okay, so let me get you off the tripod here, or leave you on the tripod. I'll just kind of swing you around. Okay, so here we are. This is your fence adjustment knob right here. So you slide it forward. That down there is where one of those clamps would go. That single clamp. And here's the other side. It does come with a Phillips and an Allen for something. This is the mechanism right here, right there, to unlock your blade. So let's see if I can do that. We got one finger. Okay, so the blade's unlocked. Then what else we got here? This must be your laser adjustment right up here, because that's the laser. And down back here, this is your bevel gauge right here, and you can go guess 45 degrees either way. And let's see if I can, I really don't know what these things are. I need to look. Oh, okay, these are your, this will extend your table out should you need it. Handy feature if you don't have a work table, but I have a work table and I will never use that feature. It comes down pretty good, slides forward and backwards pretty good. A nice blade guard there. And then to unlock your bevel thing here, just lift this up and then you push this down. Nope, pull it up. And we'll put it at 0. And you can lock it down there and then further lock it there. Or that's the bevel lock. Okay. So one thing I am going to get, and I got it in my cart, is one of those laser levels. Whatever. I don't think it's a laser. No, it ain't got a laser on it. Well, actually one of them did. But you can stick it on the blade, on your blade here, and it tells your degree. It's a degree gauge. And it's all digital. Alright, so what do we have up here? We have your laser on and off button right here, which we'll inspect that when we turn it on. And you just pull the trigger right there, pull that into engage. So that's it. There is your table saw. I got a bent leg on my tripod. Alright, so let me bring my extension cord over. We can plug this thing in. And yeah, I think I mentioned it, my table. My table here will have a power strip in the back, and I'll probably put a power strip in the front. But like I said, we'll go over that at another time. Okay, I did have a board out here that I need to make a feather board out of. Okay, so the opening, it does have a dust bag. That opening in the back is, I don't know how big. Let me get my tape measure and we'll measure that opening. Actually, let's see here. Get the tape measure and the hose. Yeah, I looked at a wet and dry from Sears at Lowe's, and it was kind of slick. It had a nice feature where you could take the top off of it up and use it as a leaf blower. Of course, it has cord on it, but man, that thing got some horrible reviews. People said the wheels broke, the handle wouldn't, the suction tube wouldn't stay inside of the machine, and yeah, and it was the same price as the Bauer one. So, oh, check this out, guys. Okay, so another shout out to Bauer there and this Kobalt thing, because here's the back, here's the hose end for the Bauer, and it sits right inside that hole. So that'll really cut down on the sawdust, which is what I'm trying to eliminate in here, because man, I'm telling you what, I am constantly having to sweep, vacuum, blow this thing out. So I won't even, I'll probably just throw that, I mean, I'll keep it on there, I guess. I mean, it just sits on there. So that is handy. So I will have to, you know, like I said, I'm not doing I'll show it in the video, but I'm not doing a review on it because it's a shop vac. And I think Project Farm, I think he did a review on one of their shop vacs. I mean, it comes with a bunch of attachments, and it's got a storage thing around them. It's got the cartridge filter in it. Yeah, it's slick. So anyway, let's get. I am so unorganized here. I want to get this thing set up because I got some work to do today. Put some safety glasses on. Need to charge up my noise canceling headphones. It's I've already had to cut the grass once, so it's gonna be that time. Well, no, it is that time. All right, I think I put some pencil marks on here. Well, I'm just gonna mark this as. Well, no. I need to make this feather board longer because I've got a 2 by 10 by 8 in there that I need to rip down into 2-inch pieces. And if I make this fence too short, it ain't gonna grab hold of that 2 by. I can make a bunch of them. I got plenty of scrap wood around here. So I did draw a line on there. So let's, yeah, I can't, I got so much glare on the screen here because I'm right by the garage door. I'll put this down here. We're going to line up to my mark. Okay, I have not squared or got my square out, make sure anything is square on this thing yet. I'll do that later. But we are plugged in, so I don't know if the laser has to, you have to turn. Did I not plug in? Yep, I plugged in. I didn't come unplugged from the wall. Okay, guys, what am I missing without reading the instructions? Okay. You should just be able to pull the trigger and go. Unless I'm missing something. Okay, I'm looking for something else here. Maybe I'm overlooking something. Interesting. I don't think I popped a breaker. I'm looking over there on the wall. No. So what the heck am I overlooking? You guys are probably telling me, it's like, hey Greg, you're overlooking this. I don't see any other switch on this thing. That's what I'm looking for. Oh, okay. All right, let me show you. Let me show you what was confusing the crap out of me. Okay, see that? Woohoo! I got the tripod here. See that yellow thing? You kinda gotta you gotta roll it forward. Roll it forward and then pull it in. And there you go. Sometimes it does help to read a manual, which I am very bad at reading manuals. I usually only read them as a last resort. There we go. All right, so now this laser thing, I don't know, because there again, I haven't read the manual. I don't see, oh, there it is. Yeah, it's on. Okay, so you can use that laser to line up your mark. And that is actually a slick feature. I wouldn't say it's the brightest of lasers. I'll get you over here. Maybe there is. An adjustment for the laser guide. Okay, before I show you guys the laser, let's look at the laser thing here. See if it says anything about the laser. It tells you not to look right at the laser. Duh. It says laser guide adjustment. So that just tells you how to, you can draw you a line on here and then a straight line, and then if you have to adjust your laser, you know, left or right, you can use these knobs on the top here. But I don't know what this knob in the very top here is for. See, position number 1. We're seeing it here. Okay, if the laser line is angled from left or right, you turn the vertical adjustment knob, which is this one on the very top. And if it's angled to the left or right, then you use the ones that are right here. Okay, but there's no brightness setting on it. Of course, I'm standing right here by this open garage door, and maybe if I get a darker piece of wood here, it'll show up better. No, it's just definitely not the brightest thing. And of course, you don't want to be woodworking in the dark. I'm just trying to get something to where maybe it'll show up a little better. Maybe something black. No, I mean it's really just not that. It's just really not that bright. But I'll show you. You might be able to pick it out. It is right at the tip of my finger there. Yeah, I think that's showing up. It's not the brightest thing in the world, but it is there. So I mean that's kind of slick. You know that you don't always have to draw a line across something. So kind of handy. All right, so we've got our laser thing down there, and I haven't checked to see if this thing does need any adjustment. Let me get my square, which I don't know. No, get this in here. I got stuff scattered everywhere in here. I've been trying to get this workbench done so I can work on other projects, and we'll go off the pencil line and see. Okay, so we've got our laser lined up there. Okay, so yeah, once you move it down though, it definitely gets more straight, or more straight. It gets brighter as you move the laser thing down. Okay, so that looks pretty good to me. I mean, looks like it's pretty much straight on. Okay, so let's give it a cut. Okay, well, maybe I need to read the instructions because it cut to the right of my laser line, or my pencil. Right here, you can see that pencil scribe across there. I had the laser running across it, but you can see where it cut. So, yeah, I'm going to have to look into that. no big deal. Actually, while I've got this here, I'm going to cut. That one will be my long board, and then I'm going to make this one for small pieces. Maybe a, let's see here, we'll do a 12-inch board. And I guess we can look at this laser thing again. Okay, so the laser was on the line, and it cut to the right of the line. So does your laser need to be off a hair? Yeah, let's see here, because if I'm going to cut like right there, you can bring it over here. Sorry, turn my screen around so I can see that you're seeing what I'm seeing. Okay, I don't know if you're seeing the laser line there, but I've got that blade lined up with the pencil mark, and that laser there is off to the left, looks to be about 1/8 of an inch. So I don't know if there is an adjustment for moving it left and right. Well, there was on the head here, which, oh, there we go. So I did move it. Let me draw my line on here. And we should be able to line up this pencil line with the laser, and ideally it will tell us our cut. Okay, so there. This ain't that crucial, you know. It's just a feather board. So let's see here. Okay, so it looked like it was off just a hair, but I will continue to dork with that. But yeah, that is all you got to do is these. Make sure you're even seeing. I've got you up in the air, down on the ground there. You can use these on the left and right to adjust that laser to the left and right, and I've got it pretty close. I just need to go a little bit more to my right. So. Alright, so now I need to cut these at a 30-degree angle. So let's put that there. I'm going to lock that down. And where did my laser go? My laser is really hard to see over here by this door. Close enough. Man, cut's good. Whoops. Yeah, that's a pretty good cut. My other blade must have been a bit dull. Okay, so let's cut this one at a 30-degree angle. I'm just doing it the old-fashioned way. Line up my end there. Sweet. Now, one thing I did notice with my other one is when you were cutting towards the back down here, it wouldn't want to cut. It would always leave a little nib on there. So, which it popped right off, but it was still kind of a pain in the ass. Alright, so these will be my feather boards. Actually, I will take them over to the table saw and cut little slots in them. And that way I got me some feather boards, and instead of almost cutting my fingers off. Okay, so this is the bevel lock only. Alright, so if you want to change your bevel and you do this, see, you can adjust it left or right. Okay, so it'll do a 45-degree bevel, And then on the right side, it'll do a 45-degree bevel. On the left side, it'll do a 25-degree bevel. So we're going to set it back to 0 there. That's where that laser, that tool that'll measure your angle, that's where that'll come in handy. Yeah, it's nice you got the scale on here, but you can stick this thing on the side of the saw here or stick it on the blade, and you can read that and it'll tell you if you're perfectly 90 degrees. So that's kind of slick. So now my next thing will be to do something I got to do to this table. Actually, I need to mount this to the table. I just want to roll it around the garage here. But my garage floor isn't perfectly level, so, and that may have been part of my issue with this table, because like right now it's not moving at all, the whole thing. No, it was moving left to right a little bit, and I did shim one of the wheels. So, but I got to flip it over, and I had to get 2 more locking 3-inch wheels, which I just picked up at Harbor Freight, for the front, because it will move a little bit even with the 2 locked. So what else we got here to talk about on this thing? I'm not going to go over. Oh, there is a nice feature right here. You can adjust your blade depth. So if you kind of like want to do a dado cut, you know, you don't have a dado blade, you don't have your router stuff set up, you can set your depth with this gauge here and then notch out your wood. So that's a slick feature. This is just how you lock the wheel. And what I do like about it is, no, this one slides forward and backwards. I've seen some of the newer ones where they slide forward. But like I said, it don't matter. I've got one of these down there. That one there is going to be the back table. So I've got plenty of room for the joiner when it gets here and get that mounted on there. So what else am I missing here? We have the lock mechanism. We've gone over turning it. We know what those things are. We figured out the laser. And yeah, the only thing left we got is this doohickey. Sorry, I'm standing right in front of your way. That is just like so rude of me. But it cuts good. Brand new blade. I would hope it'd cut good. All right, this thing right here is just your board clamp, and you just loosen the screw in the back, and you can turn this up, spin all this, and spin and spin and spin and spin for eternity. I don't know if I've ever really had a need for one of these things, but I mean, apparently I didn't. I lost the other one for the other machine. But yeah, that would allow you to, you know, clamp. Actually, that would come in handy. For the other day, I was ripping on my old one some 1.5 pieces stacked 4 high. So, you know, and I was having to hold on to it, which, yeah, this clamp would definitely kind of come in handy for that. So, yeah, that's kind of slick. Yeah, there is spots. It's kind of cut out in the back here. My other one, the other problem I had is back here. Okay, say you want to put a clamp, all right, to clamp a jig, you know, to a stop on it. My other one, you couldn't do it. There was nowhere in the back because it was kind of all beveled and angled. So sorry, I'm not even getting you in the picture here. Right here. So if you have, you want to put up a little fence to, you know, say you're cutting short boards 6 inches long, you can clamp it on either side, you know, up here, and, you know, create yourself a little stop. The other one, I couldn't do it because the back of it was kind of like rounded shaped, and it's like there was nowhere to put that, which is really kind of annoying when you're trying to cut a bunch of small pieces. So, yeah. So that kind of addresses that issue. There we go. Get you back in the frame there. All right, guys. Well, there we go. I mean, it's a miter saw, and it is a 12-inch. So this thing will cut. What did I even state how far it will cut out? let's see, I'm looking on the box here. It'll cross cut a 3.5 by 14 or a 2-inch by 16. Of course, we know we got the miters. You know, we'll do 45, 60, 0, 0, 45, 45, compound right. Max fence height is 5.25 left and 5.25 on the right. It does have a little screw down in here, and maybe, is that it? Yeah, there's a little notch here for, I think, attaching like crown molding, if you're ever doing crown molding, which I will never do crown molding. But yeah, it'll cut 14 or 16 inches out versus a 10-inch miter saw. And that says 15. So yeah, slick. Okay, guys, there you go. If you're interested in getting a miter saw, I'd hop on over to Lowe's because I think these were on clearance. Unfortunately, I could not use my military discount with it, which I was kind of hoping for, because then that would have been another $26 off. Oh well, you know, it was still almost $100. Actually, I think it was $100 off of the original price. And it does everything I needed to do. Will do everything I needed to do. And I do like the left and right bevel. I've got some stuff coming up to where I will be doing like a 20-degree bevel on some stuff, so that may or may not come in handy. I'm hoping it does. We've got the laser, and we know how to adjust it. We know how to turn it on now. We know that the bower, wet and dry. Oh, I'll show you. This thing is a 16-gallon, because I would have forgotten and said, oh man, I have to add back onto it. That's it, 16-gallon shop vac, and it works. The wheels are good. You pull these and are good, nice latching mechanism. It comes with that filter right there. It comes with an assortment of things. It's got 2 extensions, longer. It's got that one here with the brushes on it. It's also got a flat one for water. It's over there in my drawer. It's got that tip right there. And oh, it does have this, which, pardon my dirty mess here. I gotta seriously clean this garage. No, I get tired of cleaning this garage. I mess it up every day, and then it just gets a mess again. All right, what I'm gonna do with this, I don't know what this thing is for, maybe water. But I'm gonna grind these off, take these nubs down and make this thing flat, because I'm gonna make a base for my table saw, which if I had the money, I'd get a nice new one, big one, but I've had this thing forever, and the fence right there doesn't like to always go straight, so I'm constantly having to measure, you know, from this side to here when I'm cutting stuff, just to make sure it's going to cut straight. I've had this thing forever and ever, and it makes a holy hell mess too. So I'm going to make a base for this, and then I'm going to take this and glue it, tape, double-sided tape it to the back of it, so I can hook that to that box and hopefully cut down on some of the sawdust and stuff that thing does. And eventually, what I may do, I don't know. I was thinking about how I'll try to be creative in a way to do away with this fence and maybe just put a T-slot in here with some of them Rockler clamps, side clamps, and then have it on one on both ends. I don't know. I just deal with it for now. So, but anyway, not off topic. That's the bower. I think it was 119 bucks. No coupon, no anything like that. But it's got like 6 horsepower, something like that. It sucks like mad, and it fits the back of that. This is that adapter I was telling you, and I went to Lowe's. I bought this thing on Amazon. It's a 4-inch to 2-inch. Then I went to Lowe's and got this, which was actually cheaper at Lowe's than Amazon. It's just a 4-inch adapter. Screwed that down. This was a 2-inch down to a 1.5, so I just cut this off, and I need to get me another 2-inch worm clamp. I thought I had worm clamps galore, and I can't find one. But the bower will fit right inside here. I just need to get another worm clamp so I can tighten it down to keep it from falling off. And so it fits that, and it fits the miter saw. If I want to use it on hand stuff, like the hand sanders, I'm definitely going to have to adapt it down from, those are like 2-inch hoses, down to whatever those things are, which I will look and see if they make adapters. I guess when I'm sanding. I haven't checked the belt sander thing yet, the Harbor Freight thing. But I normally use that thing in the flat horizontal position, and you can't really get to the port unless you had like a 90-degree adapter on there and it come out the side. But anyway, guys, I'm rambling on here. Just kind of wanted to show you. I'm not doing a review on the bower, but I just threw that into this video because, like I said, I got one in Florida. It worked really good, and I needed something bigger here to get all these. You know, especially when you're using that thing over there, man. That thing makes a god-awful mess. The miter saw does too. And the table saw does too. Matter of fact, every tool does. So, anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one. And I will catch you guys on the next video or next project. Or I'm working on a few things, and maybe I'll highlight some of those and kind of show. Maybe I'll do a video on how I'm making them. So, anyway, stay tuned for the next one. See you guys.